Hello and welcome viewers, you're watching In Depth with your host Kriti Mishra. Parliament has passed the Sustainable Harnessing and Advancement of Nuclear Energy for Transforming India, that is Shanti Bill 2025, to overhaul India's nuclear energy laws and enable private sector participation in building and operating nuclear power plants for the first time since independence. The bill permits private Indian companies, joint ventures and foreign entities to build, own, operate and decommission nuclear power plants. Parliament has passed the Sustainable Harnessing and Advancement of Nuclear Energy for Transforming India Bill 2025, marking a major step towards updating India's legal framework governing nuclear energy. The proposed legislation seeks to repeal the Atomic Energy Act 1962 and the Civil Liability for Nuclear Damage Act 2010. And replace them with a single, comprehensive law aligned with India's present and future energy requirements. According to the statement of objects and reasons accompanying the bill, sustained research and development have enabled India to achieve self-reliance across the nuclear fuel cycle and to operate its nuclear power program in a responsible manner. With this experience in place, the government sees scope to significantly enhance nuclear installed capacity to support clean energy security and provide reliable, round-the-clock power for emerging needs such as data centers and future-ready applications. This legislation is closely linked to India's long-term energy and climate goals. The statement outlines the country's roadmap for decarbonization by 2070 and a target of achieving 100 gigawatts of nuclear power capacity by 2047. To meet these objectives, the bill emphasizes on the need to harness indigenous nuclear resources and enable active participation of both public and private sectors, while also positioning India as a contributor to the global nuclear energy ecosystem. At the operational level, the bill lays down provisions for licensing and safety authorization for specified persons involved in the production or use of nuclear energy, along with clear grounds for suspension or cancellation. It seeks to bring under regulation the use of nuclear and radiation technologies in areas such as healthcare, food and agriculture, industry and research, while exempting research, development and innovation activities from licensing requirements. It also proposes a revised and pragmatic civil liability framework for nuclear damage, confers statutory status on the Atomic Energy Regulatory Body, and strengthens mechanisms related to safety, security, safeguards quality assurance, and emergency preparedness. It provides for the creation of new institutional arrangements, including an Atomic Energy Redressal Advisory Council, designation of claims commissioners and a nuclear damage claims commission for cases involving severe nuclear damage, with the Appellate Tribunal for Electricity acting as the appellate authority. The government has also signalled its intent to modernize nuclear governance in line with India's energy transition, technological progress and international obligations. This legislation seeks to balance expansion of nuclear energy with safety, accountability and public interest, placing nuclear power with the broader national effort towards energy security and a low-carbon future.
Capping is for the operator. अगर 1000 करोड़ का भी नुकसान हुआ है तो उसकी भरपाई पूरी की पूरी मिल जाएगी, because the next stage will be nuclear liability fund जो सरकार की तरफ से होगा, वो इस बिल में मौजूद है जो पहले ना था. फिर उसके बाद, since we are also signatories to the CSC, which is the Convention of Supplementary Compensation, further compensation would be available through that source. अब ये कहा गया, क्योंकि उसके बाद मैं फिर ठोस बिल पर भी आता हूं, कि जब आपने लायबिलिटीज में संशोधन किया है सेक्शन 17 CLND, तो आपने A, B और C में ये माना कि B हमने हटा दिया. B था कि सप्लायर को भी लायबिलिटी बेयर करनी पड़ेगी, वो हटा दिया. लेकिन माननीय सदस्यों ने बार बार ये कहा कि ये C वाली बात रखने की क्या औचित्य है, कि C यानी द नेग्लिजेंस ऑफ इंडिविजुअल विल ऑल्सो बी लायबल फॉर पेनल्टी. हम फिर भूल गए, ये तो हम ही ने लाया था सन 2010 में. CLND जो 2010 में पारित किया गया उसमें सेक्शन 17 A, B और C थी। हम सिर्फ B को रिपील कर रहे हैं जिसमें कि सप्लायर्स को उससे बाहर रखा गया।
Nuclear energy plays a vital role in India's energy strategy, addressing its growing power demands sustainably. Managed by the Department of Atomic Energy, India harnesses nuclear power through indigenous technologies and international collaboration. It supports energy security, reduces carbon emissions, and contributes to economic growth, aligning with nations' development goals. The power sector is involved in generating electricity along with its transmission and distribution at an affordable consumer rate. India is the third largest producer of electricity globally, with 37% of electricity generated from renewable power plants and hydroelectric plants. Nuclear power in India is responsible for the large-scale generation of electricity. India's nuclear energy and development of the nuclear power plants started in 1964. Hence, setting up nuclear power plants across India has increased the overall production and generation of electricity. Out of all the countries, India stands 13th in harnessing electricity from nuclear sources. Nuclear energy plays a pivotal role in India's energy strategy, addressing its growing power demands sustainably. Managed by the Department of Atomic Energy, India harnesses nuclear power through indigenous technologies and international collaboration. It supports energy security, reduces carbon emissions, and contributes to economic growth, aligning with the nation's development goals. The government has set an ambitious target of 100 gigawatt nuclear power capacity by 2047, positioning nuclear energy as a major pillar in India's energy mix. This development aligns with the broader objectives of Viksit Bharat, ensuring energy reliability and reducing dependency on fossil fuels. To achieve this goal, strategic policy interventions and infrastructure investments are being undertaken with an emphasis on indigenous nuclear technologies and public-private collaborations. Recognizing nuclear power as a critical component for achieving energy security and sustainability, the government has introduced the Nuclear Energy Mission for Viksit Bharat. This initiative aims to enhance domestic nuclear capabilities, promote private sector participation, and accelerate the deployment of advanced nuclear technologies such as small modular reactors. So what is nuclear energy? Nuclear energy is the energy released during nuclear reactions, primarily through fission, that is splitting atomic nuclei, or fusion, combining the nucleus. In nuclear power plants, fission of uranium and plutonium produces heat, generating steam to drive turbines and produce electricity. It's a powerful low-carbon energy source, but involves waste and safety challenges. So what percentage of India's energy is nuclear? Well, as of 2024, nuclear energy contributes approximately 3% to India's total electricity generation. The country has an installed nuclear capacity of 7.48 GWE, which is set to increase to 13.08 by 2029 with new reactor additions. While nuclear energy's share in India's overall energy mix remains modest, it is a critical component of India's long-term strategy to achieve energy security and reduce carbon emissions. So which state is the largest producer of nuclear energy in India? Tamil Nadu is the largest producer of nuclear energy in India, hosting significant facilities like the Kudankulam nuclear power plant, which has an operational capacity of more than 2,000 megawatt and is expanding further. The state contributes sustainably to India's nuclear energy production, aiding its overall energy mix. Where is nuclear energy found in India? In India, nuclear energy facilities are distributed across several states. Major power plants include Kudankulam in Tamil Nadu, Tarapur in Maharashtra, Kakrapar in Gujarat, in Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh, as well as Kalpakkam in Tamil Nadu. These plants use uranium or thorium to produce electricity.
which is the biggest nuclear power plant in India. The Kudankulam nuclear power plant in Tamil Nadu is the largest in India. It has an installed capacity of 2000 megawatt generated by its two operational reactors of 1000 megawatt each. Additional reactors are under construction that aim to further expand its capacity to 6000 megawatt. What is the current status of nuclear power globally? Nuclear power is witnessing a renaissance post-Ukraine war, as many countries from Europe and USA have started increasing the share of nuclear energy in their energy mix. South Korea has changed the energy policy and committed to increasing the share of nuclear power in the country's energy mix to 30% by 2030. Japan, which should have completely shut down reactors after the Fukushima incident, is restarting the reactors to diversify from coal and natural gas. Currently, 10 nuclear reactors have resumed operation, while 17 are in pipeline in Japan. UK has said that without scaling up nuclear power, it won't be possible to decarbonize the electricity sector. China has anyway been surging ahead on nuclear power. So what are the advantages of nuclear energy? Well, nuclear energy offers several significant advantages. This includes low carbon emissions. Nuclear power generates electricity with minimal greenhouse gas emissions, contributing to climate change mitigation efforts. High energy density. A small amount of nuclear fuel can produce a large amount of energy, making it highly efficient compared to fossil fuels. Reliable and stable. Nuclear power plants provide a consistent and stable energy supply as they can operate continuously for long periods, typically 18 to 24 months before requiring refueling. Nuclear energy reduces dependence on imported fossil fuels, enhancing a nation's energy security and reducing vulnerability to price fluctuations and supply disruptions. Base load power. Unlike renewable energy sources like solar and wind, which are intermittent, nuclear energy provides a steady and reliable base load power supply. Long-term potential. Advances in nuclear technology such as thorium reactors and fusion energy offer the potential for long-term and sustainable energy production. But what are the challenges in this sector? Well, safety concerns. Public apprehension about nuclear accidents, such as the ones in Chernobyl and Fukushima, creates resistance to nuclear energy projects. Ensuring the safety of reactors and addressing these concerns through transparent safety measures remains a critical challenge. High capital costs. The construction of nuclear power plants involves significant upfront capital investment, often exceeding the cost of other energy sources like coal or renewable. These high costs can delay or hinder the development of nuclear energy infrastructure. Nuclear waste management. Managing radioactive waste is a major concern for India's nuclear industry. Safe and long-term disposal solutions for high-level waste remain an unresolved issue requiring technological advancements and public acceptance. Dependence on imported uranium. While India has made strides in developing nuclear fuel, the country still relies on imported uranium for its reactors, which raises concerns about supply security and geopolitical risks. What is a national strategy for a rapid scale-up of nuclear energy? Well, a national strategy for the rapid scale-up of nuclear energy in India should focus on several key areas to ensure its sustainable growth and integration into the country's energy mix. Key components of such a strategy would include policy and regulatory support, streamlining approvals, simplifying regulatory processes and accelerating the approval timelines for new nuclear plants while ensuring high safety and environmental standards will speed up the establishment of nuclear power plants. Supportive legislation. Implementing clear and long-term policies that encourage investment in nuclear energy, including incentives for private sector participation while ensuring the safety of communities and workers. Infrastructure development, expansion of nuclear plants, expanding existing plants and building new reactors, especially in areas with established infrastructure, to significantly increase the capacity of nuclear power in the grid. Enhanced transmission and distribution, strengthening grid infrastructure to accommodate additional nuclear generated electricity and ensure efficient power distribution. Indigenous technological development, fast breeder reactors and thorium utilization. Investing in advanced technologies like fast breeder reactors and thorium-based reactors to utilize India's abundant thorium resources and extend the longevity and sustainability of nuclear power. Innovation in reactor designs, promoting research into smaller and safer module reactors and next-generation reactors to increase flexibility, cost efficiency, and safety. Safety, waste management, and public engagement. World-class safety standards ensuring adherence to the highest international safety protocols, regularly upgrading them and fostering a safety culture at all levels of operation. Radioactive waste management, developing safe and long-term solutions for the disposal and storage of nuclear waste, including reprocessing and recycling of spent fuel to minimize waste accumulation. Public outreach and education, addressing public concerns and increasing awareness of nuclear energy's benefits and safety through transparent communication and community engagement efforts.
The Atomic Energy Act is planned to be amended in order to involve the private sector. That's a huge departure from the policy that the successive governments over the last half a century or so followed, in the belief that atomic energy or the nuclear energy was the department which was essentially meant to function behind a veil of confidentiality. But given a global scenario and India envisaging for itself a global role, we have to go by the global strategies, global parameters. Therein is this decision. Then you have also set in the same budget target of producing 100 gigawatt of nuclear energy or nuclear power by 2047. That again is a huge message across the globe. But look here, India is now no longer a follower. Yeah. It can give cues, it can give leads. It's now in a position to lay down targets, unlike what it was earlier. And also it's going to raise India's esteem, because in matters like nuclear energy, like climate, like green energy, we were not taken very seriously. The world thought that these were beyond our comprehension or our capacity. But now, we have come of age. So I think simultaneously, the same single announcement is going to address the economy. Of course, it's going to lead you to 2047, it's going to be a big stride. It is going to add to your green energy potentials. And it's also going to raise your esteem in the world and give you a wider global role. And similarly, as I said, futuristic. You have duty exemption on cobalt, on lithium scrap. So all these things are in that direction where the world is moving on, while at the same time not losing sight of the traditional ethos. Like, for example, you will have a digital repository of traditional Indian knowledge. So this is something that Prime Minister Modi has been emphasizing time in and time out repeatedly. He's been reiterating that we have to carry Virasat along with Vikas. Yes. And that is our advantage, our exclusive asset compared to any other country in the West. So we have the ethos in place, and then we are trying to preserve them through digital means.
Let's take a look at the government initiatives for enhancing India's nuclear capacity. India is actively enhancing its nuclear power capacity to meet growing energy demands and achieve environmental goals. The government has initiated steps to increase nuclear power capacity from the current 8,180 megawatt to 22,480 megawatt by 2031-32. This expansion includes the construction and commissioning of 10 reactors, totaling 8,000 megawatt across Gujarat, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, Haryana, Karnataka and Madhya Pradesh. Additionally, pre-project activities for 10 more reactors have commenced with plans for progressive completion by 2031 and 32. Further, the government accorded in-principle approval to set up 6x1208 megawatt nuclear power plant in cooperation with the USA at Kowara in Srikakulam district in the state of Andhra Pradesh. A significant milestone was achieved on September 19, 2024, when the Rajasthan Atomic Power Projects Unit, one of country's largest and third indigenous nuclear reactors, reached criticality, marking the beginning of controlled fission and chain reaction. This event signifies India's growing capability in building and operating indigenous nuclear reactors, contributing to a future powered by homegrown technology. Safety remains a cornerstone of India's nuclear energy policy. India's nuclear power plants operate with stringent safety protocols and international oversight. The radiation levels at Indian nuclear facilities are consistently well below global benchmarks, underscoring the country's commitment to secure and sustainable nuclear energy. These efforts align with India's broader strategy to provide clean and reliable energy, contributing to long-term energy security and environmental sustainability. Let's also take a look at recent developments in nuclear energy in India. A significant discovery of new deposit in India's oldest uranium mine has been made in and around the existing mine lease area. This will increase the life of an otherwise depleting mine by more than 50 years. First 2 units of indigenous Kakrapar, Gujarat have started commercial operation. Closed fuel cycle being the cornerstone of Indian nuclear power program, the country's first prototype fast breeder reactor achieved many of the milestones in 2024, like primary sodium filling in main vessel, purification of the filled sodium and commissioning of all 4 sodium pumps, primary sodium pumps and secondary sodium pumps. Core loading also commenced with loading of first reactor control rod on 4th March 2024. NPCIL and National Thermal Power Corporation have signed a supplementary joint venture agreement to develop nuclear power facilities in the country. The JV named Ashwini will function within the existing legal framework of the Atomic Energy Act 1962 and will build, own and operate nuclear power plants including the upcoming Mahi Banswara Rajasthan Atomic Power Project.
The nuclear energy mission itself is going to be a huge message for the rest of the world, and something which could have happened only from Prime Minister Modi, because that's exactly what he did when he was when he decided to unlock the space sector. So it's virtually unlocking the nuclear sector, while at the same time being very mindful of the Indian concern. And as far as the solar and other part that you are mentioning, there is also, if you remember in the budget, there was a mention of green tech manufacturing, which would involve solar, which would involve like e-batteries, lithium batteries, and also the nuclear energy. Because if we are moving in that direction, we have to increase our share of green source energies, which is not so right now. We largely have thermal energy and then the hydro, like that. But now the world is also begun to acknowledge that we are moving in that direction. And of course, you have 20,000 crore earmarked for SMR, small modular reactors. Yes. That's again a huge announcement. And we have an advantage which is not very often realized because it's a little technical. We already have small reactors in India, a number of them, which can be converted into modular reactors. Unlike in the West, they usually have the larger reactors, so they don't fit into the criteria, the classification of the small reactor. So I think it will be easier for us to move over to that new generation small reactors.
Nuclear energy is essential for India's sustainable growth, providing a reliable, low-carbon power source. With advancements in technology and a focus on thorium-based reactors, India aims to enhance energy security and contribute to climate change mitigation, and nuclear power plays a crucial role in meeting the nation's future energy needs. Well, viewers, that's all we had for you in this edition. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to Sunset TV. Goodbye for now from my side.
सनसेट टीवी के और भी प्रोग्राम्स देखने के लिए सब्सक्राइब करें हमारा यूट्यूब चैनल और हाँ, इन्हें लाइक और शेयर करना ना भूलें।